here is the game that me and Will have been looking forward to the most, probably all season. Tennessee at Kentucky on Saturday night, primetime game. I think it's at 8:30 tip. Right now, our model has Kentucky favored by 2 points. These teams are pretty much even. On a neutral court, I believe Tennessee might be favored by a point, maybe. Really, this is these are two teams that are very, very even, very, very talented. One's a little bit more senior than the other, but honestly, this game, I could see it going either way. Will, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, there are really only 3 SEC Player of the Year candidates. You got Mark Sears from Bama, and then Antonio Reeves from Kentucky, and Dalton Connect with Tennessee. So 2 of the best players in the conference going head-to-head. And, I mean, we're Vols fans, so I don't want to say this, but, I mean, at some point, Dalton Connect is going to stop scoring 30 points a game. I think he scored 25 in, 5 straight games or something crazy like that. But I don't think that's going to be on Saturday because he plays really well on the road. Most of his big games, I think he's averaging 24 on the road this year, which is just insane. Oh, this one is so tough because I don't want to bet against either of these teams right now. And it always feels like Tennessee and Kentucky split. The home teams win each game. But Kentucky has definitely tripped up some. And, I like the Vols to go into Lexington and get a win this week.
Yeah, this kills me as a Vol fan to say this, but I don't think this is Tennessee's week. Kentucky is, like I said, it's a very even team. They play very well at home. I don't think they've lost a game at home all year, and they've played some very good teams. A really impressive win beating UNC earlier in the season. They show up against quality opponents. It seems like the games that they lose are the games that kind of get overlooked. Weeknight conference games especially. But in big games, they've continually beat good teams, and this qualifies as a big game with a good team in Tennessee. We always split with them. They're at home. I think that home field advantage matters in this one. I think that Kentucky ends up taking it. It pains me to say it, but I don't know. If you look at a lot of Tennessee games on the road, Tennessee has struggled on the road. They lost to Texas, or no, not Texas A&M. They lost to Mississippi State. They barely beat Georgia. They just haven't played as consistent away from home. And we all know Tennessee's dangerous at home. But on the road at Kentucky, I don't know. I just don't like the spot for Tennessee.
I mean, I hear you, but, I mean, how can you – I don't see how you can watch Dalton Connect over the past 5 games and think, I don't think he can go into Lexington and get a win. I mean, he's just – been a superhero putting the basketball in the bucket, and it's been a true joy to watch. And we're kind of overlooking the South Carolina game. South Carolina's been really good to this point. Tennessee has them at home on Tuesday. I think if South Carolina comes in and shakes Tennessee's cages a little bit, maybe makes it closer, even gets a win, that puts Tennessee in an even better spot against Kentucky on Saturday. So, yeah, I don't know. I really like the Vols this weekend. And, when it comes back around, when Kentucky visits Knoxville, I might feel differently. But at this point, I'm just going to – Tennessee's playing as good as anybody in the country right now, and I'm going to assume they continue that into this weekend.
I hope so. I really do. But I'm glad you brought up South Carolina. South Carolina beat Kentucky last week in a game that it really looks like Kentucky didn't care about, which was really strange.
That one was so frustrating.
I hope that's not the case. It was a very weird game to watch, but I hope that's not the case this week with South Carolina coming in. Tennessee has played lights out at home, so I hope they continue that. They beat Alabama by 20. So we will see